welcome back to my channel. What are we doing today? Today we are doing the art advent calendar. Let me bring you out a bit. Walkthrough for 2024. This is my art advent calendar for 2024, and today we're doing the walkthrough of this book. Now this year is kind of special because this year, instead of working with art advent calendar as in giving myself art supplies, I worked with prompts, and I worked with 12 prompts. As you can see, it's finished, and I worked with these prompts, so I will be presenting these prompts to you and also going through these books. I also mostly worked with the Crazy Art washable watercolors and my Crayola colored pencils. Yeah, I have a little set with me, and so I was working with mostly these. I have to say mostly because a couple pictures in here were not rendered with this, but most of them are, like 80% of them were. And with the Crazy Art washables, as you can see, I've almost obliterated some of these colors. I also should add that I had to introduce this basic washable watercolors, and the review for this will come, but I did have to introduce this into this set just because because of the red here. This red is almost completed, and so I didn't have enough red to do one of the pictures that I drew in here, so I had to bring in the basic for those. But all in all, let me quit my blabbering and get into this walkthrough. So it starts with the first page, and the first challenge asks me to do a cabin in the woods in indigo. For this, I actually mixed my own indigo with the Crazy Art watercolor set, and I used the midnight blue and the indigo blue for the indigo from the Crayola. I also used indigo, dark indigo, for the line work from the Faber-Castell Pitt artist pens, brush pens that I have. So it's all indigo. I literally had to mix my own indigo, and that's where I learned about blue linen indigo and green linen indigo and how to separate the two. And I guided myself with a grayscale. So at every level as I was painting it, I was taking pictures and transporting it into grayscale to see if my color contrasting, how I was doing with color contrasting. For this one, we did it on camera, and you would remember this. We used the Ohuhu markers for this, and that's why I said mostly, because this is one of them that I did not use the Crazy Art for. And also for prompt 3. And let me bring you guys out a little bit more for prompt 3. And for prompt 3, where it asked for me to do elves with pastels, I worked with the Pointers pastel colored pencils. Say that 5 times fast. And this was how I was able to get this done. Okay, for prompt 4, we were looking at doing a dragon. I actually made a toy dragon and show a little boy opening his Christmas present on Christmas Day and got in a beautiful little toy dragon. This was a lot of fun, and it was like what I was saying, because when you look at the prompts and you read the prompts, it doesn't sound really Christmassy, and some of the medium that I asked myself to use a year later, I wasn't going to use. So I really had to be inventive with these prompts, because I really wasn't feeling the Christmas vibe with them. And so I had to, go back over them and basically kind of reinvent them. This one asked for a frog. And I believe the reason why I asked for a frog in a medium I dislike is because I'm secretly afraid of frogs. So yeah, but this little guy turned out pretty cute. I like how it goes, and the fact that I was talking about it earlier, where I talked about using colored pencils to draw. Yeah, this was so much fun for me, and using those colored pencils to draw with was also fun. Here I kind of reinvented the prompt for this, and instead of doing what I asked myself to do, I did my most disliked Christmas memory, And honestly, guys, it was the most one of the most embarrassing Christmas for me, because I was gifted a a red sweater for Christmas, and I wanted to wear my red sweater on Christmas Day. And the entire week, for that week leading up to Christmas, it was actually very cold. It wasn't winter because we don't have winters in the country of Belize, but it was actually very cool winter. It was actually very cool winter now. It was actually very cool. The temperature had dipped. However, on Christmas Day, the temperature spiked and it was hot. And I was determined to wear my sweater that I got for Christmas Day. And so there I was walking around the neighborhood in this thick red sweater, sweating my hair out. It was unbearable. So that's basically what I presented here, which was actually one of my most embarrassing and funny Christmas memory. For prompt 7, I asked myself to draw a bird. Instead, I tried to find a Christmas bird, and I found this. I don't even know the species of this bird, and I wanted to use red, but the shade of red I wanted was not going to be the shade of red in the Crazy Art set, and I wanted a brighter red, and the brighter red was in the basic set. So I used the basic set to paint this illustration, and I'm so happy at how it comes out. Here, prompt 8 asked for me to draw a cat in the forest, and again, I wanted to Christmas fight, so I have little old Saint Nick and his reindeers off in the distance in the shadows going off, and the cat in the forest sleeping on the tree. This was actually so much fun for me because it's something that I've never really drawn. I'm not really good at drawing cats. So the fact that I was able to nail this was actually pretty fun. This is one we did on camera. And here, I know the prompt said to use black watercolor paper, but instead I used black watercolors, and I actually used the Crazy Art watercolors for this. And you guys would have seen this. It was a lot of fun, guys. Here we are at prompt 10 and 11. And again, I'm just trying to Christmasify these prompts because I don't know. I don't think my original idea was to make this a art advent calendar, but it became an art advent calendar. So I was trying to Christmasify it. And I'm hoping I completed. Again, I used the Crazy Art for this. I think I may have used a bit of the basic also because I wanted it to be very bright, and the Crayola color pencils. And for this one, again, it's the Crazy Art. Here, it talked about drawing an OC, and this is one of my OC. Her name is October, and I drew her in a Christmas globe. Whenever I see these globes, I always think Christmas globes, so I put October in a Christmas globe. And it was so much fun, the fact that I had to do a lot of studies with octopus, because if you don't know who October is, she is a hybrid octopus mermaid kind of creature. And so I wanted, but I think for some of her tentacles I kind of went off. But I really wanted to explore that, and I think I need to draw her a bit more. But this was very interesting because this was the first time I actually explored this kind of pose with October. And my last prompt asked for a comic strip, and I put one here. And I put the most funniest little thing, one guy asking another friend, where are you going for Christmas? It's a very sensible question. And he says, oh, he's going to the best place ever, the dining room. And that was just so funny, and I enjoyed it. So you have been reading along with me, because I would have put the prompt to the side, and you guys would have seen the challenge I faced when it came to these prompts, because the old Dawn did not intentionally made this to be a Christmas art advent calendar, but New Dawn, today's Dawn, had to try to work around old Dawn's mistake, and I think I did. Guys, how is your art advent going? How is your Christmas going? What are you doing for Christmas? Did you guys do art advent challenge like I do? I think this is my 3rd year of doing the art advent challenge. I really like it. I really love it. It is beautiful. It's amazing. And it's something I think I'll do for next year. So, tell me how your Christmas plans are going, especially your creative Christmas plans. Let me know all those amazing, juicy goodness in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. It has been amazing. We will be doing our end of year wrap up and talking about some stuff that we have learned in 2024 and what is coming in 2025. We'll be doing all those amazing things coming along for this. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Guys, enjoy your Christmas. Merry Christmas.